Hello, everyone, and welcome to Creative Sessions. I'm Kelly Kraft, Program Manager at Gilda's Club Quad Cities, and I am here with Pamela and Gina with Living Proof Exhibit. We have an awesome creative session planned for you today. And so if you have any questions during the creative session, just chat them in. You can comment on this Facebook feed, and I will get them to Pamela and Gina so that they can get answered live. So I'm going to let Pamela take it away and introduce Gina, and then we will get started with our art project. So Pamela, take it away.
Hi, everyone. We are outside, socially distant, and it's a gorgeous evening for tonight's creative session. Gina Kirschbaum, instructor, and she has been, many of you have seen her work. It's vibrant and energetic, something exactly that we need right now. As Kelly said, if you have any questions, please let us know, just chat it in. That is my job tonight, is to make sure that Gina hears your questions and answers them. That is it from me. Thanks so much, Kelly. We're going to let Gina take it away in just a second.
Tonight I'm going to teach you how to do negative painting, or some people call it painting in the negative, and I also call it hidden potential. And so basically, here are two examples of what we're doing. We do a lot of background movement, color, patterns, and then we will be drawing something on that, and then we're going to paint in all the negative space. So you end up kind of with a painting in a painting. So these are two examples. We're going to start with our background. You all have several different paints. For the background, I do recommend for the first background to stay with the lighter paint and use the darker, like the red and the blue, for some of the patterning on top. So if you want, you can paint right from the little cups, or you can, gave you each a plate. You can pour a little on the plate. And we're going to start with using the sponge brush. And what I like to do for this is do little areas kind of back and forth and just go into different colors. And you just keep adding color in spots. We want this to be really, really lots of different color, because when you're painting, when you're drawing it, you want to see lots of pattern on it. You don't just want one big solid color. So just we're just going to be doing spots. And everyone should have a piece of saran wrap, and the use for that would be to go in and you can do some blending with that. See how I do that? That works great. That works great for blending. So everybody, you can get started on your backgrounds. You can I suggest you do at least 3 colors on the background, but you can do more than that. But just 2, you're not going to get the effect. So you want several colors. And we're just going to keep on filling in the background. And it's fine if it's like you want it to kind of blend and go over the other colors. After we get this background all done, then we're gonna have to let it dry. So then we can decide what we're gonna do for our drawing on top. Now you could do just and do it more geometric like that, where you're not like going each and every way. You can do it however you would like your background to be. I'm just gonna kind of, if your sponge starts if your paint starts looking muddy, clean it out. And that's what the paper towels are for. Just clean your brush if it starts getting muddy looking. If you're going to do blending, you got to kind of work fast because this stuff does dry fairly fast. Everybody going okay? Everyone's so quiet. Is there anyone that's seen negative painting before? It's something I just discovered online, and it interested me, so I've been kind of looking into it more. Some people do big, huge, elaborate ones with all kinds of pattern in the back. Remember, if your brush gets muddy, clean it out. You can, as you're going around too, you can do your sides. Do the sides of your painting like that. If you're going to frame it, you don't have to do the sides. How's everybody doing? Okay. I'm pretty happy with my back. So I'll let you guys continue. I lost my saran wrap. Have there been any questions on? Yeah, if you'd like, this just helps you blend a little bit better. And if you just like that look, but yeah, when there's a big area of really wet, this helps too, to kind of move it around. And once we get the backgrounds done, I'll make sure too, that you're not putting it on too thick, because we do have to move on to the next stage, and we don't want it to take forever to dry, and to do the final coat, it needs to be dry. So keep it kind of thin. But outside here, it's probably not going to take too long to dry. Marla, yours looks like a tie-dyed shirt. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's it's easier when you have a really big, thing of water where you can really clean it good, or you have multiple sponges. Yeah. Yeah, and remember not to get too heavy. Yeah, there's paper towel there too that you can dry it on the paper towel too. Right now I'm just hanging on while letting people catch up. Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of this. We're going to add a lot more pattern on top of it. This is just your base. So, yeah, so it doesn't need to be perfect or anything. Do you need more paper towel? Is it all right if I move around? Our next step after we're done with, we're going to start, if you can see in these, you can see that on top of this base, then we're going to add all kinds of patterns. And this one I did with a brush and with sponges. So that'll be our next step, is to add patterns. But those two, a lot of those are going to be covered. There's only going to be some of them peeking out. Okay, I'm going to start explaining how to get the patterns. In this next layer, you can start adding in the more vibrant colors if you want. You can paint patterns with your brush. Like you could do circles, like I'm going to do. I'm going to start adding in some circles. Like that. What basically we're going to do, and also you have sponges, large round, You can make little polka dots, medium polka dots with your brush or your sponge on the edge. You can make nice lines with that. So there's all different, if you're at home and you have stencils, you can stencil patterns on top. Like on this one, I use stenciling. So if you do like doing this, if you do one at home, you can just go crazy with pattern underneath. And it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, with COVID right now, we can't be sharing stencils. So anyway, on this, and the thing is with your patterning, you want to put it everywhere. You want pattern going, and you can do zigzag lines, circles, twirlies, polka dots, whatever. You want it really busy underneath. You want it to be really vibrant and busy underneath, because that's what's going to show through. And the more pattern behind, when we do our drawing and we take out the negative, that's what makes it really pop. So now I'll let you all start. Make sure your back, like, get it kind of dry, like sort of air it before you start. But yeah, and just start adding. You could also do little flowers like this. Let's see. I'm going to do an orange flower. There, I did a little flower. That would be kind of fun to have flowers all over the background. You could do the end of your brush to do a center in the flower. You can just do dots all over. Just have fun with it. I kind of like the little flowers. Mine's a little wet. Mine's a little wet. The underneath, it needs to be quite dry. It does not. How's everybody doing? Anybody have any questions? The more pattern you add, the better. So yeah, just go to town with however you want to. Be thinking too on what you may want to be drawing on the top. There's like the vase of flowers. That's a one I saw online a lot of people do, but I've seen some whether it's just they draw leaves all over, or you could draw a butterfly, or there's all well, anything. You can draw anything you want. A sun, yes. Once we're busy with this, this will take a while. This we're going to have, once we get done with our patterns, we're going to want this to dry completely, because if we put our top coat on and it's not dry, it's just going to smear everything. It'll ruin it. So we will have time to sketch on our I gave everybody paper, and you can start sketching out design ideas. I see a lot of polka dots. That's cool. Mine too. In clothing too. Zigzaggy, snaky lines is kind of fun to do too. Zigzaggy, snaky, yes, it is. You can go right over top of other things too when you're. The more layering of these things, the better they turn out. Yes. Just the whole color and pattern, the whole thing, just keep layering it as much as, like, we don't have as much time here, but you could let this dry and then do another layer of more pattern. You could keep, yeah. So yeah. Can you see what anybody's doing at home? Okay. Okay. That's all right. I just was. Yep. Yes, you can layer. It's fine. Oh, okay. Yes, you can go right over top of patterns you've already made. You can layer, go right over top of them with another pattern. The busier you can get this, I mean, you could work on it for hours, but the busyness is what makes them look really neat for the end product. At some point tonight, though, we will have to, because we need to get this really dry. We can work on it a bit longer, but then we're gonna let it dry and sketch on paper what we want to be for our picture. Like this, it was a vase with flowers, like anything, the bird, like I said, butterflies, birds, trees, suns, anything you would like. So this would be something fun to do with kids too, because they could just, go to town, even do finger painting on it or whatever. Yeah, yeah. And then it would be, and you could even have them do the background, and then you draw and do it, and then you'd have, it would be part yours and part there, you know, so that would be kind of fun. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let mine start to dry. And as I'm doing that, I think everyone has a piece of paper. And I think I sent paper home in the kits too. So if everybody has a pencil, you can start, once you're happy with what you have, we need to let it dry. I gotta see these. Oh, those are cool. Those are great. Terry, I need to see your, oh wow, yeah, very good.
Maybe two.
No, it's good. Now we just, because now I'm getting a little concerned about getting these completely dry, because to do our negative part, it needs to be dry. So everybody has paper, so you can start kind of thinking on what you want your painting to be on top. And when we get, when they are really nice and dry, we use these white paint markers to draw it in. And you're gonna get to take your marker home since you've touched it. So when you get home, when it's completely dry, you can go back over and make your white marks really bright, much brighter. So I don't even know what I'm going to do as my design yet. So yeah, everybody can kind of sketch or get an idea. Yeah, what we're gonna do, like, just, this is just to kind of get an idea and to let these dry. And then once you know kind of what you want for your picture, then we're gonna use these white paint markers and outline it. And we'll draw it right on here with these, do a nice outline. And then we go and we use the white And we use like, I tinted my white with a little blue, or you could tint it with a little yellow would work nice. You can tint it with any, but you want it kind of white, like a washed out kind of look. So that's what our white is for. So yeah, we outline with the paint pen, and then with these brushes, we fill in the negative space. I tried doing it with the sponge, and it was too hard. Like if you do any kind of little crevicey things, it's too hard with the sponge. So, but this worked well. Like I did this one with the brush, and it worked really nicely to get into any of these little, like to get into any of these little areas, you'll want to use your brush. So.
If somebody is not able, they want a bird, but
Well, you could, well, if you can't draw it, I was going to say you could draw it on the paper. You, yeah, you could, I'm sure you could find stencils with birds, or you could go online and a lot of them have printables. You could find a bird with a printable and then cut it out, you know, and trace it. A bird, it's kind of egg, like if you just draw an oval, like on a piece of paper, let's see. Okay. If you draw an oval, and then you just kind of sculpt it around for the head, and then go down. So you can kind of do an oval and then just take it up around, and then you add the beak and the feet and a wing. So, okay. Okay, if you want a bird like that, you could start with an oval shape, and then as you see, is you go up for the tail, and then you kind of bring it in and over is where the head is, and then kind of take it up like that, and then just you'd have the bird shape and the legs. So that's kind of how, and then you can add tail, you could add head stuff, whatever you would like. But that's kind of an easy way, is to start with an oval and then just go like that. So okay. Here's one finished one. This is what we're looking for at the end. Here's another. This one, I use stencils for the background. And then this one, I use the same materials that we're all using tonight, just the sponges and the brush. So you can see both work equally well. Okay. You can also see if you wanted to do a sponge or a vase with flowers. These aren't, they're just blobby shapes, you know, they're not like, you don't have to be perfect with your flowers. It's actually, I think, sometimes more interesting if they're more abstract. Instead, but you could do like daisies or whatever, you can do however you want, but it's kind of interesting just to draw shapes. Okay. we may tonight, in order, if there's any really thick areas, we might need to speed it along a little.
Just blot it like that.
Yeah, that we can carefully do that. Anything where it's really, really thick, maybe just take it so that we can get them dry. Yeah, well, actually, yes, a blow dryer works really well. So if you're at home and you want to finish this to a blow dryer works. This one I only let, because I was trying to do it in the time we're allowed, and I only waited like a half an hour and painted. So so I think we might need to blot a little bit tonight, but they should turn out okay. But anywhere, but yeah, if you're at home, a blow dryer works great to dry. I'm blotting because I want to be able to show you guys what to do. Mine's getting pretty dry. If you want to see these are ones that other people have done.
So you're still on Facebook Live. Is we want wrong?
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to show these guys first. So here's ones that other people have done. So you can see in the background, you can do different colors. There, oh, that one's not, there's one. Yep. So yeah, so you can look up on Pinterest and just put in negative painting and you'll find all kinds of great ideas. And they get very, very elaborate with the patterning underneath. Some people actually do an entire painting underneath and then cover it with another paint, like really elaborate. So, okay. I'm gonna try to start to draw something. For your overpainting, you mean? Well, you can go as, for now, probably, yes. But if you wanted to try another one at home, you could actually sketch out quite a night and try to do more elaborate. You can. So these paint pens, you'll need to you press down, you kind of to get them to go. I think I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do a vase. Let's see, now I'm going to do a picture. See, these aren't, you have to keep kind of going over these because it's not, they aren't very dry yet. There, I got it. Once these are really dry, you can go back over with your, we're gonna have trouble with these on the wet paint. Yeah. But I'm going to draw. See, once it gets used on that wet paint, it doesn't want to. Well, this, I was going to draw a picture. And then I was going to do some of those. I'm going to do flowers like that. If you do stems, you don't want to just do one line, do 2 lines so that the pattern is going to show up underneath. So you'll want to do your stems like that. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I'm just showing you on here because right now my paint is too wet to draw on. So I'm just showing you what we're going to be doing is you're going to be drawing your pattern with white onto here. So, and I'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to. It's just, well, there it's kind of working. The lesson is these need to be really dry. And it didn't take too long at home for mine to get dry enough to do it. So, sorry about that. But I'm going to start showing you too, because I can see this enough that I'm going to start showing you how. So what you'll want to do once it's all dry is draw your pattern with the white marker, like either one of these. You draw the complete thing so that you know those are your outlines. And then you're going to pick a color. I think I'm going to do yellow with, oh, I've already got this one tinted. I'm going to do yellow, and whatever color you choose, you want to add some white to it. So,
Quite a bit of light, right?
yeah, quite a bit.
You're lightening it up.
Yeah, quite a bit. And you want to stir that up good. And then you want to add a tiny bit of water. So it's so that it'll be a little bit translucent. Okay. Well, you can see kind of that I drew, it was a picture. And so you go and you'll go right up to your white lines, and you're gonna, this needs more water. I'm gonna get a little clean water.
So should we use a color that isn't a dominant color in your
Right, you don't want to use, and you don't want to use the, like the red or the dark blue. So I just added some water. And you're gonna and you just want to color. You definitely want to add enough water. And there, that's better. So,
we're trying to use the top out of the way of the camera. So we can see it.
and wherever, if you can kind of see where I tried to draw my picture, that I'm not going to paint in there. We are painting the negative space. So like in here, I paint it, you're just painting the background, the outside of where you've drawn your lines. So like in here, like you just, and here that's, so we're just going to be and you could, if you didn't want to tint, you can just use watered down white too. I think it's kind of neat to add a little bit of color to them. So like up here, I made a flower, so I would be painting. I'm going to go ahead and pretend like that was another flower and kind of just to give you an idea, we're just painting the negative spaces. Let's see, I'll see if I can. They just don't want to work on the wet at all. Yep, sorry about that. It might be the markers too. I have like this one, I had a thicker marker and it works better. At like any craft store, in the acrylic paint section, they're acrylic paint pens, paint marker pens. They also have them online on Amazon, and these are fairly fine. Now that this one I did with these, with what we had. This one I used a thicker one, so the thicker is works well. But for this, so I'm gonna see if I can get some. Yeah, Sorry, they just don't want to work right. Was that? Okay, good. Definitely, once it's dry, I used the exact markers that you all have on this one, so it does work. So anyway, yeah, we'll just you'll just what I would do too is when yours is all dry and you've drawn your picture and you've painted in the negative, I would go back over and outline it all again with white to make it so you can see your outline. You want to see the outlines. So let me see. Yeah, they're not happy. So anyway, you could. Yes. If you have a pretty steady hand, you could just use a fine paintbrush and white. I'm gonna give that a try.
I don't want you to lose your painting.
No, this is just a. Pencil would work too, and then you could go back, yeah. But yes. Well, if you had fun tonight and like doing it, like I said, look, you can do stenciling pattern. You can get really elaborate with these and do beautiful pieces of art. So this was just kind of a practice to get you introduced to negative painting. And it's just something different that I think is fun. So well, I think everybody's all art is beautiful art. It always is. Yeah, actually, the white paint.
And I think we are going to say goodbye to our Facebook Live audience. So if anyone wants to sign up for any of our virtual programs in the future, just sign up at gildasclubqc.org/calendar. Thanks so much for joining.